What's up, Steeler Nation? We're back again with another exclusive update straight from the heart of Pittsburgh, where the Steelers organization is doing everything it can this offseason to improve, compete, and deliver the kind of results this city deserves. Whether it's behind the scenes or on the field, the goal remains the same: get better, win games, and chase that 7th Lombardi trophy. Before we dive into today's major topic, the ongoing Aaron Rodgers saga, and a powerful message from one of his former teammates that Steelers fans absolutely need to hear, make sure you hit that like button to support the channel. It helps more than you know. And if you love Steelers football as much as we do, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any updates this offseason. Let's get into it. The Pittsburgh Steelers have been in the thick of one of the biggest quarterback storylines of the offseason. The pursuit of Aaron Rodgers has had more twists than a Heinz Field pretzel, and while we're still waiting on an official decision, the signs continue to point toward Rodgers suiting up in black and gold in 2025. The team made the conscious choice to move on from Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, which raised some eyebrows across the league. But let's be honest, neither of those guys inspired much long-term confidence. The Steelers are desperate not just to make the playoffs, but to win in January, and clearly, the front office believes Rodgers might be the one who can finally break the postseason curse. Still, the clock is ticking, and patience is starting to wear thin, especially inside the Steelers' own locker room. Steelers defensive captain Cam Hayward recently voiced his frustration over the lack of clarity at quarterback. While trying to walk it back, he made one thing very clear. The vibe inside the locker room is either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. NFL insider Tom Pelissero echoed that sentiment, saying Hayward's opinion isn't isolated. Multiple players and even staff members are wondering the same thing. What are we doing? The NFL draft is approaching. Off-season workouts are right around the corner, and the franchise still doesn't have a concrete plan. Missed pro day opportunities. Uncertainty in top 30 visits. The Rodgers waiting game is already impacting preparation, and yet, there's still belief. And that brings us to a key voice in this conversation, someone who knows Aaron Rodgers better than most. On Wednesday, former Jets linebacker Jamien Sherwood, who spent 2 seasons with Rodgers in New York, delivered a powerful message that could change the way Steelers fans view the potential arrival of the future Hall of Famer. Aaron Rodgers was a great person. A great player, obviously, Sherwood said. He taught everybody in this building a lot. He helped create a standard that we can all carry for the rest of our football careers. Let that sink in for a second. Sherwood didn't talk about ego. He didn't talk about distractions. He talked about leadership. He talked about mentorship. And he talked about how Rodgers raised the standard in New York, even though he barely got to play a full season. This is the kind of testimony that flies in the face of the mainstream narrative, because let's be real, Rodgers is polarizing. Some fans worry about drama, about distractions, about darkness retreats and ayahuasca trips. But the players, the ones in the locker room with him every day, they see a different guy, a motivator, a teacher, a champion. We get it. Rodgers comes with baggage. He's 41. He's coming off a serious Achilles injury. He's not exactly your standard-issue quarterback. But let's not act like the Steelers have had quarterback stability since Ben Roethlisberger retired. Let's also not forget that Rodgers is a 4-time MVP, one of the most intelligent quarterbacks to ever play the game, if there's even a chance that he can deliver one more elite season. Wouldn't you take that shot? And here's the thing. This team needs leadership on offense. With young stars like George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth looking for consistency, a guy like Rodgers could make a massive difference, even if it's only for 1 year. That's the million-dollar question. What if Rodgers decides not to come to Pittsburgh? The Steelers would need to pivot fast. Mason Rudolph is back in the building, and while he's not the long-term answer, he did lead this team to 3 straight wins and a playoff berth in 2023. There's comfort there. Then there's the draft. If Rodgers doesn't sign, it's almost a guarantee that Pittsburgh uses a mid-round pick on a quarterback to develop behind Rudolph. The 2025 QB class isn't deep, but it could offer depth and future potential. And remember, the 2026 draft class is expected to be loaded with quarterback talent. The Steelers, as of now, are projected to have 11 picks. That's the real window to land a franchise guy, if they can tread water until then. The truth is, the Steelers are walking a fine line right now. Wait too long for Rodgers and you lose out on draft prep and team chemistry. Pull the plug too soon and you might miss your best chance at relevance in 2025. At some point, the team has to draw a line in the sand. Either Rodgers is in or he's not. The uncertainty is dragging on players, fans, and the front office alike. But if Rodgers does commit, then buckle up, because the Steelers instantly become contenders in the AFC. With that defense, with that coaching staff, and with a Hall of Famer under center, anything's possible. T.J. Watt, Steelers captain, game wrecker, defensive icon, and now, master of cryptic Instagram posts? Just recently, TJ sent the entire NFL fan base, and especially Steelers fans, into a frenzy with a simple photo of himself flashing the peace sign. That's right, just a peace sign. No caption, no context. Just enough to get the rumor mill running at full speed. Now, to be fair, it could mean nothing. Maybe TJ was just feeling chill. Maybe he's signing off for a vacation. Or maybe it means everything. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport certainly thinks it means something, and his theory has fans raising their eyebrows. Here's what Rappaport had to say during a recent segment. T.J. Watt is in a contract negotiation situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We've seen several top-edge rushers get paid. Myles Garrett topping $40 million, Micah Parsons still due for a payday, Trey Hendrickson in line too. Watt is set to make just $20 million this year. Generally, when a player makes a social media post like that, it's because contract talks aren't going great. In other words, the peace sign might not be a friendly goodbye. It could be a warning. A shot across the bow from one of the league's premier defenders, signaling that he's ready for a raise, and maybe not happy with how things are going. Let's talk facts. T.J. Watt is currently under contract through the 2025 season, but with the market for elite pass rushers exploding, his current deal, $20 million this year, now looks like a bargain. Especially when guys like Myles Garrett are sniffing $40 million per year. And don't forget what Watt's done for this team. Last season alone, 61 total tackles, 11.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles. Countless clutch plays. He was once again one of the most disruptive players in football, and arguably still the heartbeat of the Steelers' defense. So yeah, if Watt wants to get paid like the top-tier star that he is, he's got every right. Here's the thing. Pittsburgh isn't just known for tough football. It's known for loyalty. And T.J. Watt has given everything to this team since the moment he was drafted. He's not just another defender. He's a Watt, a culture guy, a tone setter. And in today's NFL, those guys are rare. Letting him walk? Unthinkable. Letting him get frustrated enough to want to walk? Even worse. And while the front office continues to juggle the ongoing Aaron Rodgers circus, waiting to see if the 41-year-old QB will commit to Pittsburgh or not, they've got to remember, defense wins championships. And that defense begins and ends with T.J. Watt. Look, negotiations like this take time. No one's denying that. But timing is everything. With the draft approaching fast and off-season training kicking off soon, the last thing the Steelers need is locker room tension over contracts, especially when the QB situation is already up in the air. Plus, every day, the front office delays could cost them more money. Micah Parsons is next in line to get paid, and once that deal hits the books, the price tag on Watt's next contract could soar even higher. The Steelers could save themselves a whole lot of headaches by getting this extension done now, before the market resets again. Now, let's talk worst-case scenario. What if the Steelers don't come to terms with Watt? What if that peace sign wasn't just a message but a goodbye? Sure, he's under contract, but disgruntled stars have leverage in today's league. They hold out. They ask for trades. They stir the pot until things boil over. We're not saying Watt is that type of guy, but how many times have we seen front offices test the patience of star players only to regret it later? Pittsburgh can't afford that mistake. Not with the defense still as strong as it is. Not with the offense still trying to find its identity. All right, Steeler Nation, we've laid it all out. The waiting game for Aaron Rodgers continues, but now you've heard the truth from someone who's been in the huddle with him. Jamie and Sherwood says Rodgers is the real deal, a leader, a mentor, and a difference maker. But what do you think? Should the Steelers wait it out a little longer for Rodgers? Or is it time to move on and focus on the draft? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you. This is your team just as much as it's ours. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed today's breakdown, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment from the off-season madness. We'll be here with you every step of the way. Until next time, go Steelers, and let's hope for some clarity very soon.